What's up, YouTube? Joed here. This is officially my first Linux review. I've been a Linux fan since 2009 when I busted my hard drive. It was by accident. I was in my senior year of college. It was my first semester. I was in finals, I think first or second semester, last semester in college. And I went to kind of put my computer in my bag, and I kind of slipped, and it just kind of just did one of these where it just kind of hit the desk at an awkward way and busted the hard drive. And I went to a computer store. They charged me an arm and a leg to reinstall. I think I had XP on it, just to kind of save the RAM because it had Vista on it originally. So I downgraded and paid arm and a leg, lost some data, unfortunately, and was stuck trying to find another way to cheaply reinstall Microsoft Office. And I was trying to, get these, shady sources of Microsoft Office, and it just wasn't working out. Something would happen, and then I had to either reinstall XP again because maybe I caught a virus. I wasn't sure, and I was just so tired of it. So I was like, if there's, and then I heard about Open Office. I was like, if there's a free software that competes or is comparable to Microsoft Office, I wonder if there's a free operating system. I never knew. I never even thought to think that. And there was, and that's how I was introduced to Linux. I did a quick Google search, and the first one I found was Ubuntu, and I don't know what it was, what wrapped my head around it to give it a shot, because I wasn't really computer savvy at that time. But thanks to the power of YouTube, so I was able to install 9.10 for the first time. And my mind was blown. I couldn't believe it. Number one, that I did it, someone who's not super tech savvy was actually learned to download an ISO, how to burn an ISO to CD, and then boom, I'm up and running the live disk, a full operating system, and it was pretty solid. And then that just really rocked my world. From then, that I was off to the races with playing around with all the different distros and ISOs. I can imagine just I threw on everything on CD. I had a whole CD stack of all these different distros. And that's how I got really into it. What can I say? From there, I was pretty much Ubuntu all the way. And then messed around with different environments. And this review is really of Ubuntu Mate, which is ironically, their tagline is for a retrospective future. So yeah, so it kind of gives me that nostalgia of the first days of me learning about Ubuntu, and also the first couple days of me rocking the wobbly windows. Good stuff there. The whole cube desktop thing. So yeah, it's been pretty cool. So just off the bat, there's not going to be those in-depth reviews, but off the bat, I'm not a fan of the color scheme. It kind of reminds me of the stock color scheme, as you can see here from this slideshow. The greenish, spacey backgrounds, the darker green tone. I think Linux Mint does a higher green tone, like a lighter version, but not a big fan of the color scheme of the greens here. It's not doing it for me, but that's just me. And aside from those basic design elements, I just changed that real quick. As you can see, there's my desktop wallpaper, and changed the color scheme to a blue and put some Numix icons on there. And so far, pretty happy with it. This does have 6 gigs of RAM. My computer, 6 gigs of RAM. It's getting there in age. It's a Dell. i5, and so I could probably run something more heavier on this, but I kind of just opted in for something that's less of a resource hog, like Unity or GNOME 3, and try to keep it somewhat light, but somewhat, I guess, more flexible, more fun, with a modern flair. And I did Ubuntu Mate with, I had to change the Windows Manager to Compass because the other stock one, for some reason, was doing some weird stuff with my second monitor, where if I try to resize it, it only will flip it to a third of the screen when I try to resize a window, and it will just totally miss the middle third here. So I couldn't reshape or resize things. So I just changed the manager and then the Windows Manager, and boom, that was fine. And actually able to run Compass. That's it. It's going to be my daily driver for now. And, so far, so good. Still kind of miss a little bit of GNOME 3. And some of the gestures, I kind of miss going to the top left corner and pulling stuff up. But I can do pretty much type to search with what's called Snaps or Synapse. I forgot what this thing is called. Whatever this tool is called. Anyways, 1604. Liking it so far. Catch you guys latest.